Hey sightseers, we're getting ready to install our solar up on the roof, and I thought I'd share this with y'all so you could see exactly what's involved when you install your own solar. Now, Marty's going to do the majority of the installation by himself. My part is tiny. My job is to help Marty by lifting the solar panels up when he's ready. Marty will be doing all the rest, and so it should be interesting. Hopefully it works. First off, you never know when you're doing these types of do-it-yourself projects how they'll go, but I've got confidence in Marty that he's gonna knock this one out of the park. You ready?
Yep.
The Renogy solar panels. How many watts are they?
100 each.
So we're putting on 4 of them, so it's 400 watts. Here's the last one. Are these like a plug and play type design?
Oh, they all are pretty much. Question is, I don't know if I'll be able to put all 4 of them on right now.
What's
I
that?
got two triples and I got 1 double, but I don't know. Let's see how it comes out. Well, I might have to just wait on 1 to make an adapter for it, but it's not that big of a deal.
Oh, okay. What's that stuff?
Electrical grease. If water or anything gets in there, it'll help it from not corroding.
Okay.
It helps you get a better contact supposedly, but me, I'm just worried about moisture because it's on the roof.
Yeah. It's not like there's anything that covers them. Because they need to be able to get the sunlight, so. So then do you have to drill a hole for the wiring to come through into...
Yeah, I'll probably do it in the closet in the bedroom. Bring it all the way down into the basement or whatever, the under storage, and then bring it across to the batteries in the solar.
Oh, okay.
Well, there it is. Now it's time to die-core them down and screw them down.
I think you said glue them and screw them.
Yeah, I did originally, but this is a family channel. I think I'm going to slide these up a little bit. I don't want a shadow casting on that corner.
From the...
That'll create issues. It'll actually drop. It'll drop the amperage by 25% or more. Just shading 1 little corner of a panel. That's why I'm trying to keep it away from the air conditioner and trying to keep it from this handle. I'll bring it up a little bit. I'll probably bring them all up a little bit. You know.
So you have to worry about that vent too?
No, not unless we're opening it.
Oh, okay.
The sun would have to be at an angle where it's almost set anyways now for it to hit it. So at that point of the day, you ain't making much power anyways. So to me, it's like But I don't want it where it's at like 3 o'clock and then shading a corner. You'll lose a couple hours of power. You know, if you're losing 25% for 25% of the day, you know, that's every 4 days, if I'm doing the math right. Or every 8 days, it's a free day out of every 8.
Yeah, well, 3 o'clock, I mean, there's still a couple hours of daylight at that time of year.
Yep.
You know? Although I think in winter it gets dark by 5 out in California.
Well, yeah, it does.
Every little bit helps when you're talking solar.
Yep. Free power.
Well, it's free after you buy the panels. Because the panels ain't free.
After you mortgage the farm for this stuff.
Yeah. That's a little bit more affordable now than what it used to be, at least.
Yeah, it's getting better.
What it costs per panel? About $100?
Yeah, now $100 going a buck a panel, a buck a watt now. Years ago it was $5-6 a watt.
And how did these compare to the panels that we had on the Sun Voyager?
These are 12s, they were 24s, really not much difference.
So Marty's applying the die core to the bottom of the bracket on the first solar panel. That'll help keep it in place. Obviously they get screwed in, but you want to add the die core to help keep them down. Because when you're traveling, you know, there's a lot of wind, force of the wind that comes across the top when you're pulling your trailer, and you don't want these things ripping up off the roof. Nor do you want them ripping off during a windstorm. Are there special screws you're using?
No, just the ones that came with it. They're actually pieces of crap, but they work.
Don't try this at home, folks. It's actually pretty dangerous to be up on the roof without any type of fall protection. Alright, 3 out of the 4 panels are now installed. Marty's adding just a little bit more die core
To the screw heads. The water won't leak through.
So then do you have a method of holding those connections down so those don't
Yeah,
flap?
you actually use die core on them. You put drops, you weight it down, and then you put like a drop to hold it to the roof.
Oh, okay.
It works just as good as taking a screw and like a wire hook or wire holder without drilling holes in your roof. Without drilling any more holes than you have to. It's kind of my theory, why drill more holes than you have to.
Yeah, there's less possibility of leaks.
Yep.
In case you guys didn't know, this is the third solar install that Marty's done. He's installed the solar on our Sun Voyager, and then he also installed solar on our friend Jack's rig this past summer. Summer before. I'm all messed up. It's summer right now, even though I'm wearing jeans and a sweatshirt. It's summer. Yeah, last summer. You've done it so many times you could go in business, Marty, for yourself.
Oh, thanks. Nothing's hooked up.
Uh-oh, that ain't good. Well, looks like we ran into some technical difficulties. Marty's thinking he might have shorted something out when he screwed through the roof, but he's not sure what. Or how that could even be possible with as short as screws as they were.
Oh, and I wasn't near anything that I could see. What?
So Marty's troubleshooting it right now. He unscrewed several of the screws to see if he can figure out where the problem is. Well, how could you have blown the inverter out?
I don't know, is it even on?
Well, something flashed. What was that? Are we even plugged in?
Yeah.
Is it hot?
It gets hot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Could possibly be this. It's gonna be. So I pull all the screws out on the roof.
What does that tell you?
There's a short somewhere. That's exactly what that tells me.
A short in the wiring or a short in that box?
Okay. I need that box that those screws were in, what was left. That's a main ground.
Just to recap quickly what happened after Marty got done installing all the solar panels up on the roof, came inside the trailer or the fifth wheel and discovered that it smelled like smoke and something had shorted out, and so now he's troubleshooting that. Not really sure. He thinks he might have diagnosed what the problem is, but stay tuned. Say it again.
Coincidence. I touched something up front. There's this coincidence that there's issues. The issue was probably happening way before I even did the solar, but I never went in here to realize it. And
so the good news is it has nothing to do with what Marty was doing up on the roof, and we can proceed with screwing back in all the solar panels up on the roof. And then he's gonna have some fixing of some wiring up in front that had nothing to do with what was going on today. Alright, so now Marty's back up on the roof and I'm keeping an eye on the lights to make sure nothing shorts out or goes out while he's screwing them screws back down, but we're pretty confident that it has nothing to do with what happened. Thought it was just coincidence. Go figure. So far, so good. No signs of any trouble. Keep your fingers crossed. Want to explain what happened?
Yeah. It all starts in I don't know, and it ends in I don't know yet. But I'll figure it out. I'll chase the wire down. But it has nothing to do with the solar on the roof. I think it was underlying prior problem. Because it's up in the front. I suspect it's up there somewhere, wherever the short is. Or I'll chase the wire. You'll find out because I'll figure out what it is, where it goes. But I can't figure out what's powered that would be causing that.
So it belongs to the slide?
Yep. Then it ain't going to be in the roof. Because that wire for the slide, the only thing that's high power that. Yeah. The funny thing is I can rewire it, and the real hilarious part about it is I can rewire it with a remote control that you could stand away from this that says extend and retract and wire it up for that instead of going back here and just eliminate this and go completely remote control wireless.
Well, there you go. That'll be a new improvement that we weren't planning on, but probably better in the end anyways, considering the headache it just gave us.
Yeah, the slide, the wiring for the slide comes through, goes to that, and then comes back down to the motor. It doesn't even go up on the roof, so.
It was just coincidence that you were installing and you got a short.
That's pretty much it.
Whew. Dodged a bullet there, because originally he was talking that it could be thousands and thousands of dollars to fix if he had been the one to cause the short when screwing down those solar panels. But as it turned out, it had nothing to do with that, and just total coincidence. But thank goodness that it's something that he can fix, because I know Marty, and Marty can troubleshoot like nobody's business, and he can fix things like nobody's business. And so in the end, it'll be new and improved, something we hadn't planned on, but it'll be fixed and it'll be done right. Well, sightseers, those are the joys of RV ownership, particularly if you buy secondhand used. What's the saying, or how does the saying go? The two happiest days of your life when you're an RVer are when you buy your RV and when you sell it. Just kidding. Although I have to say, these types of moments are really frustrating and really like, are we doing the right thing? But in the end, it'll all work out. So, you kind of working on this for a while?
Something like that.
Are you getting hungry at all?
Yeah.
I'm thinking
I'm looking for the keys now.
Keys for what?
This thing.
Oh, I don't know where those are. Well, I'm gonna go make some dinner, and Marty's gonna continue with troubleshooting and working on fixing our secondary problem that we stumbled upon today. Until next time, this is Sightseeing Sally. Special thanks goes out to all our fellow sightseers here on Patreon and PayPal. Without you, these videos wouldn't be possible.